The Busan International Film Festival, the biggest film event in Asia, has found itself in the midst of a controversy following a request by Busan City for the festival's director to step down. As the story has developed over the past week, so too has speculation behind the scenes about the reason for all this drama. Now, here to fill us in on the sensitive issue is our film critic Piers Conran. Hello.
Good afternoon.
So, first to start off, can you tell us how it all got started?
Sure. So this story kicked off about a week ago. It was late last Friday when word circulated in the media that Lee Yong-kwan, the director of the Busan International Film Festival, had been asked to step down from his post. And the alleged reason behind this is an audit that was carried out by Busan City last month, and they cited kind of a negative results, the negative results of this audit as the reasons behind this request for him to step down. However, this wide speculation is that the real reason is the screening of a controversial documentary at last year's edition in October, and so people have felt that that was the real reason behind this request.
Okay, by that, do you mean the controversial film, the Seoul documentary that you're talking about?
Absolutely. So ahead of last year's festival, the Busan mayor, So Byung-soo, had asked for the festival to remove one of the films that listed in their program, and that film is The Truth Shall Not Sink with Sewol, which in Korean is simply called Diving Bell. And this is a movie, of course, about, or it's a documentary about the Sewol disaster, and of course, it does implicate some kind of government and media problems surrounding the tragedy, and so the city wanted them to take away the film, and they refused to, citing, of course, creative freedom to do what they want as an artistic event. And so the film did screen. It was a big media event when it did screen, and of course, so we can assume that that went ahead at the evident displeasure of the mayor.
Okay. Well, what happened after the Busan City asked him to step down?
Well, immediately he refused to step down, and he was very steadfast. He called the situation absurd. He felt that there was no reason for him to kind of have to kind of fall on his sword, as it were. And of course, his colleagues at the festival and generally the festival at large, or the industry at large, have stood behind him to support him. Now, on Saturday, the Busan City, they issued kind of a statement which kind of explained, without going into detail about what the results of the audit were. They said that there were concerns about the growing budget of the festival, which has in recent years reached about $11 million on an annual basis, and also the large size of the permanent staff. I mean, while there's a lot of seasonal staff for a festival, they do have 38 regular members of staff. But of course, this is an enormous event, and but the big one here was that they were not happy that the festival had not been sharing selections with the executive committee. Now, the Busan mayor is the chairman of the executive committee, and many other city officials from Busan act on that committee. However, the committee has no creative input on the festival, and so this is kind of, I think, where a lot of the problems have arisen.
Well, I'm kind of wondering, maybe, how did the festival react to all these allegations?
Well, as I said, they did stand behind the director, and they issued their own statement on Monday, which were basically refuting the claims that the Busan City had put out on their own statements. And at the same time, they were asking for the city to provide an official document, kind of where they could really list their grievances in an appropriate manner. At the same time, a joint statement was published by 12 organizations from the film industry. These are various guilds representing directors, producers, and whatnot, and some other organizations. And they issued a statement, again, kind of condemning the city for having asked this, and asked them to retract this demand for a resignation. They felt that it was certainly an act of retaliation. They saw it as an act of censorship. Again, believing this was all to do with this screening that went ahead, rather than the other claims from the audit. And they felt that the mayor is overstepping his boundaries as the executive committee chairman. There was also talk of film industry professionals boycotting the festival coming up this year, which will be in October again, and also of using Busan as a film location, which is a very popular location for films, of course. And there's even been talk of a protest happening at the Berlin Film Festival next month.
Wow, I mean, it seems like all these things are happening so quickly, but I guess what's the latest on this controversy then?
It has unfolded really, really fast. And I guess the next step, what happened was on Tuesday. Officials from Busan City and the festival, they met. They had kind of a sit down. They thrashed things out, and a compromise was reached, or at least kind of a tacit one for the moment. I wouldn't go so far as to call it a truce, but following this, it appears that the festival director will not be stepping down, and he will resume his duties in preparation for what is to be actually the 20th edition of the festival, so quite a big event. He said that he was in a statement following that meeting that he would work together with the festival, and was, felt bad that this problem had been created. At the same time, that while he did agree with some of the mayor's problems, he did not fully agree with his views. So we'll see kind of what happens with that.
Well, would you call that a resolution, though, to this whole controversy?
I'd say far from it. I think this is going to be an issue that's going to go on for a while. People in the industry are really up in arms about it. It's censorship, and people are really just not happy about that, of course. And they feel that while a compromise may be reached, that compromise may veer towards censorship, because we don't really know what's going to happen yet, and people are very concerned about that. It's really important for a film festival to maintain its creative expression, its artistic freedom. Otherwise, it can't really be a proper platform. At the same time, if the festival loses any kind of freedom like that, it's bad news for the whole artistic scene in Busan in general, and so that it seems like a regressive tactic. So there were many concerns about this documentary screening, but ultimately, it's an important thing for this to happen, and we'll see how things happen. But I certainly hope that we won't see too much government interference in the festival's affairs in the future.
Yes, we'll keep an eye on what happens from now on with this controversy. But thanks for coming in today, Pierce.
My pleasure.